The thunder of drums and horns echoed across Union Square Park in New York as thousands of demonstrators assembled under a variety of flags and causes. Some called for outright revolution, but many are simply pushing for better working conditions and better pay for millions of workers in New York and across the world.
May 1st is, May Day internationally. It's a day of workers' struggles and workers, really celebration around the world. And so while we're here supporting the workers and immigrants in the U.S., we're also, standing in solidarity with workers around the world.
Dowell says she's working for nothing less than legalization for immigrant workers in America, a polarizing issue in the U.S. Congress. Over 1 million immigrants have been deported from the U.S. in the past 5 years, a fact not lost on the thousands of demonstrators who assembled as well on a rainbow of other issues. So immigration reform, racial profiling, stopping student debt, or even debt altogether, whatever your issue is here in New York, you are well represented at this May Day march today. But the question for these protesters is, how do you exact the change you want to see here in America? One protester from the Revolutionary Socialist Party says that nothing short of a full systemic change will address the needs of the majority of the world's people.
Fundamentally, we're always going to be divided by nations as long as the capitalists rule. As long as their system based on scarcity pits us against each other in a drive to the bottom. And that fundamentally the working class and poor of the world need to run the world in order to keep all of that productivity that we have and direct it to meet human need and not private profit.
He also mentioned U.S. President Barack Obama's deportations program and drone assassinations program, saying that American voters need to start by not settling for the lesser of two evils. Jimmy McMillan has run for mayor of New York and for state governor, and he says more needs to be done for young people.
Templates 1, 2, 3. Focus on the children and the people. Forget about stopping freight. Forget about all that nonsense. Talk about the people, the young children who can't pay college tuition, who are $85,000 in debt. When they go to buy a home or get an apartment, they do a credit check. They're going to be stopping them from getting a home, stopping them from getting an apartment. There's a lot wrong that need to get right. And New York State is responsible for this mess.
The protesters headed down Broadway late in the afternoon for a rally at City Hall and were scheduled to finish at the original home of Occupy Wall Street, Zuccotti Park. Hank Flynn, Press TV, New York.